Hey, what's going on, guys? Archer Mark here. I'm back with another Star Wars figure review. And today I have for you from the Black Series 6-inch scale. This is the Speeder Bike and Biker Scout set. And this is a really amazing set. I'm very glad to be able to show this to you guys. We'll give you a better look at the vehicle and figure in a moment. First, of course, let's look at the packaging. This is the new version of the Black Series packaging. And still you have the figure character picture at the top there. Now we feature the blue lines, which again I like a lot better. Down here you have ages 4 and up, warning, the Hasbro logo. There's the name there again in blue, Speeder Bike with Biker Scout. And so there's Star Wars, the Black Series. Just on the bottom, just a little image showing how to attach the flight stand for a hovering effect and rotate the bike to create action poses. Okay, it's pretty basic. Hasbro logo again, nothing on the sides, and we have this big image here, very classic looking image of the Biker Scout on the speeder bike from, of course, Return of the Jedi, Star Wars the Black Series, and again in blue, Speeder Bike with Biker Scout. Chased by rebels, Biker Scouts race their speeder bikes through the Endor forest. The Biker Scouts weave at breakneck speed through the trees, trying to outrun the rebels so they can warn the shield generator station of the enemy's presence. Call for help! Go! That's one line. Okay. And we go down here. And again, you got your StarWars.com and Hasbro, all that. Got Hasbro logo again down there. And there's the blue lines there. Okay. Cool image, again, very basic black and white. But, okay. There is the packaging. Now on to the main event. And again, this is really an incredible piece. Definitely, I would say, a candidate for Toy of the Year. Hasbro did an amazing job with this. I'll give you a look at the bike. You get so many details. I'm going to take it, move him down like this. First thing, see, we take a look at the back here. We have the air flaps, which aren't on a hinge. They can move up and down. You can get a little more detail on the engine part there. And you get this little knapsack or whatever this is supposed to be, but it's not a removable piece, but it's nicely sculpted. It's a neat little detail to have in there. And you can see all the great little scuff marks that they put on there, little weathering. And we tilt it like this, would show it on the bottom. See again all the little details of the tubes and all various parts of the engine. And you got just like brown and like black paint, but you have this silver dry brushing over it, showing all kinds of details and weathering, and again paint scuffs all along here at the front end. And this very much reminds me, if you remember a couple years back, there was the Vintage Collection 3 3/4 scale speeder bike, which was really well done, but this just takes that and bumps it up by 10, or just does everything that did well and does it so much more. I mean, look at the details. So really well done. Every angle. Lift it up, and you even see the blaster cannon, which can swivel back and forth. I'll give you a look here. I'm trying to give you a look at everything. We got all the controls here, nicely sculpted. You know, nice little bits of paint. You got the red, big red dot there. Just everything is really, really well done. Handlebars and the gear shifts and the throttles and all that stuff. The footrests. Okay. So there's the speeder bike. It's very well done. There's no blow apart feature or anything like that. So like the old Kenner vehicles. Now here is the flight stand that you can use for the hovering, to give you hovering poses. As you can see, it's basically just a big ball joint, and you have one there, and then on this end as well. It actually comes packaged on this one, which makes it a little higher, but you can put it in this end here, which puts it a little lower to the ground and a little more realistic look. It will not work on this side, but this one and this one here. So you have that option, and because it's a ball joint, you can move the vehicle up and down, sideways, so you can get all sorts of great poses with the speeder bike and biker scout, and so many different ways you could pose it. You could have him lower to the ground, you could have him tilted up or down, however you want to do it. It's very well done. So that in itself is a great feature. It's a great addition to the set. Very glad that they put it in. Now let's give you a better look at the biker scout. Again, really well done. You know, for the most part, he's black and white like most of troopers you would see. And this is, for me, this is kind of neat because I haven't gotten my hands on the Sand Trooper or the Stormtrooper yet. So this is my first look at any kind of Imperial troopers. But you can see the details, all the little weathering on the outfit. See, it's mostly white, but you have some gray paint put in there to show some details. You see all the wrinkles, all the little objects on his back, the little pouches on the side. Great sculpting on the pants. You can see the little straps and the knee pads. Go down here to the boots. You can see the brown paint that was put on there, and brown beige paint that's showed a little dirt, and again weathering. Just again nice details like that really can make a figure pop. And even, so we'll zoom, we'll go in here. See, even on the front, little, again, mostly white and black, but here you have little bits of kind of gray and brown paint. Just all kinds of little touches of color that just add to this figure. And we see there, if we zoom in, we got this little emblem there on the side of the helmet. And this gray dot, just everything looks great. Even the details on his backpack there, that one little bit of red, it's just sculpted in. It's just really, really well done. Again, I believe Hasbro just did such an amazing job on this guy. Helmet sculpt is great. The Biker Scout, this was always my favorite trooper of all the troopers that we've seen in the movies. This has always been my favorite. I just love the look on this helmet. The one accessory he does come with is his blaster pistol. Let's see. Now this is all one color. It's all black plastic. There's no extra paint. Yeah, there's no extra paint on the blaster. It's all this black, and I think this is maybe the one letdown, or the biggest letdown of this, is I think might be a little undersized. Looks a little bit out of scale to me. I know that this pistol is small, but this might be a little too small. So that's the one thing that I could see if I could think of a main bad point. That's the only thing I could think of. That does fit very nicely on the little side holster here, but it's it fits in there, but it's very loose. It just kind of like rests in there. It doesn't really tab in too well. So that's something you may want to be careful of. Okay. Now you've seen all the details on the bike. You've seen the figure. Let's go over the articulation on the Biker Scout, because he's just articulated all over the place. You have ball joint on the head, and you have that nice hinge joint, which is hidden under the black. So he got a great fluid movement, great range of movement on that head, up and down, left and right. Can really look up and down a fair amount, so you can get some great like riding poses. You want to be looking up. You're speeding through some trees. You want to be able to look up and try to avoid them. Ball jointed shoulders, which is hindered by the shoulder armor a little bit. So you can get it up a decent amount, but it won't go up full way. Double hinged on the elbows, so great movement there. There's a upper bicep swivel. You have a swivel and hinge joints on the wrists, so great movement there. So you can move that all the way, all over, up, down, all the way around. The torso has a ball jointed joint, but it's very limited. Moves just a little bit. It's not a lot of range of movement there. So that's one other point that I want to point out. It's one other thing. It's not a great range of movement there. That could have been done a little bit better. It is kind of hindered by the sculpting parts over here. Then you have jointed hips, which you get great. You can go forward, backwards. You get the in and out movement. When you have enough movement to do what you need, again, because of these side pouches, the out joint is hindered somewhat. So, but you can still get a fair amount of movement on. He can sit on the bike really well. You can get him in some good poses. You see here he can hold on to the handlebars, with no problem there. You have an upper thigh swivel, double hinge joints on the knees. You have a boot swivel, hinge joints on the ankles, and you have that back and forth rocker angle. So you get that nice ankle pivot. So ton of articulation on this guy. So many great poses. Obviously you can have him standing, and he stands real well with all the great articulation. You can get him in some great dynamic poses. Of course, you can get him sitting on the bike really well. As you can see here, I have him posed. One hand on the handlebar, another with his blaster pistol, trying to blast away at some rebel scum. So, down here, there are foot pegs here, and peg holes on the bottom of the feet, so he can be secured really tightly on the footrests, on the foot pedals here. So he won't move around too much. I mean, this is moving around the stand, but that's getting him sort of jostling a little bit. But he stays really sturdy on the bike itself, so no problem there. So you can get him really secure, which is great. So yeah, overall, there are a few minor gripes with this set, but it's a great set overall. There's far more positive things than negative things with this set. It's an amazing set. I would definitely recommend it. Definitely pick it up. I found this at Toys R Us. It was right around $40. So hopefully you could find it there. Might be, if you wait a little bit, maybe you find it a little cheaper if Toys R Us has a sale or something, or if you could find it at some of the other stores, Target maybe, they might have it a little cheaper, I'm not sure. But it's definitely worth the money. It's a great set. The vehicle is very well done. The figure is superbly done. great articulation. Like I said, some minor gripes, some minor problems, but nothing really major in my opinion. It's definitely worth picking up. So there you have it. There you go. Black Series 6-inch scale speeder bike with Biker Scout. Hope you enjoyed this review, and as usual, comment, rate, subscribe, and until my next video, may the force be with you.